we're just going to start this video showing you what I got in my kits and my thought process, and then there are some photographs at the end showing you what I actually made with them. If you don't want to see any of that, no problem at all. If you just want to hear about my day, I do that at the end afterwards, probably about 20 minutes from the end. So if you just want to hear about how my day went, then you can skip the kits, you can skip my thought process, but you might enjoy the last 18-20 minutes, so I hope so. Stick with me, please. So these are the kits for the 21st of December, the 9 o'clock hour and the 12 o'clock hour. So let's start with the 9 o'clock hour. The code for this kit is YFXC75. And what we've got in here is three pearls topped with gold and white coloured sparkly. Let's take them out. You can't see there, can you? So if I can get them out. And they are white pearls with these gold and white sparkly gems at the top. There we go. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Cool. Could make that into a lovely Christmas tree decoration. I think that's gorgeous. Could use that as well for decorations as well as for jewellery. That's beautiful, so pretty. I don't know how that's all attached, but anyway, it's got a hole up through the bottom, because in here I have got I've just got 3 pearls and 3 head pins that will go through the pearls. What's that? Pair of earring findings. They're pretty, very fine, but they're very pretty. And then we've got the sterling silver, which is about, it's got a kink in it, so it's probably in centimetres anyway. It's probably about 20 centimetres, I'd say. So, got to work out what we're going to do with that. So, that's the 9 o'clock hour. And then the midday hour is in this one, which is the similar thing, but in copper. And we have let's give you the kit number. The kit number is YFXC14. And the pearls in this one are sort of a beigey colour to match the copper. So it's the same colour top, but a different colour pearl. But I love the way they sparkle. They're gorgeous, aren't they? So we've got those, same as the others, but a different colour. We've got 3 copper head pins there for going in there, because they also are central drilled. And then we've got some, really nice earring findings. Those are a little bit different. Let me get them out and show you. Look at these. How fancy are these? Come on, out you come. Oh, look. They go, that end goes through your ear, and then this is rigid. That chain goes through in the end bit. Then that bit's rigid to sit in the hole in your ear, and then it's got a dangly to put your pearl on, I presume. So, those are pretty. I like those. I've not had those before. I really love those. And then the last thing is copper wire. And it is, I would say, and I'm guessing now because I haven't got the details exactly of what's in the kit, but I would say probably about 1.5 mil what, 1.4, 1.5 mil, and I would say there's probably a metre in there. So, ideas to start with. I'm thinking of trying to make maybe a copper leaf out of the wire and hammer it and make it all flat and catch the light. The earrings, yeah, so then I could put one, yeah, let's see. We could make a copper oak leaf out of that, and we could maybe have one ordinary. I'm just thinking as I'm talking now, so bear with me. We could have one plain earring. Well, when I say plain, on those one on there, just plain and still very fancy, but with no adornments. But then we could have an asymmetric earring, and make the other one the oak leaf. And then we'd have one left over to make a pendant with. So instead of making just a bangle with an oak leaf and a pair of earrings, I could make asymmetric earrings with one, make a pendant and make a bangle. Because what I haven't told you is that I have come in and there's been a delay on it, so that's why I'm thinking I might make an oak leaf while I'm waiting. I'm possibly going to get it tomorrow, is a wooden bangle mandrel. And it looked as though in the photo, I've had a photo of it, it's angled, so it's not a round one or an oval one, it's squarish. I don't think it's hexagon. I don't think it's got those many sides, but I'm not sure because I couldn't tell from the photo. But as soon as I get that tomorrow, I'll record that when I'm opening it and tell you what I've got. So I need to make something with the bangle mandrel, obviously. And so that's what I'll make out with the wire. And then if I could make an oak leaf. So I could swap it up a bit. So to get 3 pieces out of my kit instead of a pair of earrings and a bangle, I could get asymmetric earrings using one on a bangle and one on a pendant, maybe with an oak leaf. So yeah, something to work on. And also I make these, they're little, let me see if I've got something to put behind this so you can see it. There you go. I think this one's too long. Because it's not 2mm wire, it's only like 1.5 or similar. I've made that too long because it's too long and thin. But it's one of those where it's bashed flat that way and a hole put in, and then that's turned halfway. And the same done on that way. So it is actually, it does catch the line. But what I don't want on that is it too long and thin. I think if I made it 1 inch instead of 1.5 inches, that would suit the thickness of the wire better. And I thought I could perhaps make a chain and one of the acorns hanging from that. So I've got a few ideas. With the copper. The silver I'm leaving till the end because I haven't got a lot of that to chop and change. So while I'm making the copper stuff, I'm going to be thinking about what to do with the silver as well. So that's where we are at the moment. So I'm going to go off and see if I can make a copper leaf while I wait for the bangle mandrel to come. I should call it a bracelet mandrel, really, because it's much easier to say. So anyway, that's what we've got up to now, and that's where I'm heading now. I've got a little template of oak leaves, so I'm just going to see if I can find that and see what we can come up with the wire. Okay, here's the template I've got. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. That's the template with lots of different leaves in it. You can see it now. So I've just traced out 3 of them on there, and I'm going to go and get some round nose pliers and some bits and bobs, straighten out some of that wire, so that I can go and then pick which one I like, and see what we can do. So I'll go get my pliers and then we'll start on that. Right, I've got some round nose pliers and I've got my wire, and I'm going to put these where I want this to bend, and I'm just going to pull this around because I'd like it to not have any squarish kinks in it. So if I put that there now, I'm not sure if you can see because of my hand, hopefully you can. I'm going to press that in, and then I need to hold this, because the wire, I might have to anneal it actually. This is because the wire is quite thick, but anyway, we might get there. Yeah, look, I've not got any sharp bends in it, which is what I wanted. So that goes there, that goes there. I mean, and of course, it doesn't have to be exact to the template. It's only a guide. It certainly doesn't have to be exact because leaves just aren't exact. So I'm just going to keep pulling and pulling. There we go. And that's curling up now, so I'm going to flatten that out. Yeah, there we go. So we're getting there. Because it's quite thick wire, it's not going to be that dainty. So it might not be an earring I make. It might be a pendant. So let's see. So what I'm going to do is that. So that's what I'm doing. That's my aim. I'm going to keep doing more of the same, put the pliers in, bend it round. So I'm bending the wire. I'll show you once more. I'm actually bending the wire by pulling it. There we go. Let's put that back down there. Maybe I should. So we're both learning we're all learning as we go along. It may be been better if I'd have just cut a piece off, but I actually don't want to waste any because I can only use what's in the kit. So I want to be as frugal as possible with it. So I'm going to, look at that. That's looking great. Let's flatten it out. Look at that. I'm really pleased with that. So now we're going to do a big sweep. So I won't bore you anymore with that. That's what I'm going to be doing. Putting one of whichever I find works best in there, then pulling the wire round. I'm not going to get the pliers on this because I feel it will give me corners and angles and I don't want that. So I'll carry on doing that and I'll come back to you. I've done my little leaf. It's looking, I'm not too happy with it at the moment, but I'm hoping once I hammer it, it might knock it into shape a little bit, so to speak. There's one good thing about this wire. It is, sorry, we're in the sun, aren't we? There we go. So that's what I've done. That's my little leaf. Whether it's much like what I've copied off there, I don't know, don't even know. Oh, I think it was that one actually. And it's not a lot dissimilar than that one. And I've put a little loop at the top. But I'm going to hammer this now because I want it flattening out. And what I was going to say was, because this wire is nice and sturdy, and now I've handled it quite a bit, it is holding its shape. I was thinking it may need some support in the centre, but I don't think it will. And if we put one of those on it as well, let's get it the right way up. dangling sort of through the lid. I think that might look quite nice. So I'm going to go off and hammer that now, and then we'll see where we go from there. But at the moment, it's just a suck it and see, and testing the water and see what we come up with. Okie dokie, I've flattened that out. That's what I've roughly followed. It's not too bad actually. And I've wrapped it round at the top and made a loop. But I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. The sunshine's helping me now. I've flattened out where the curves come outwards. I've been and hammered the outside curves, so they actually catch the light a bit now. So, and I was thinking what I might do is then a head pin on one of these, and that could hang from there like that. That's, oh, am I not in the, and I thought that might be able to hang like that from there with a head pin in it. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm willing to give it a bit of a go. I want to sand this. It's a bit rough. Sand this, polish it, make it look nice, and then actually I might be able to do it better. Oh, how do you think about that? Let's see if I can bring that over. Sorry, the sunshine's really getting in our way today. How do you think about that? Don't know. I might go off it. I might change my mind. That will go a bit lower actually by the time it's got its loop on. So it'll go a bit lower down. Not that far down, but it'll go a bit lower. But that's all I'm doing is showing you my thought process at the moment. These might never make it to air, but this is the way I'm thinking at the minute. So I'll go off and do a bit of sanding and a bit of polishing and see if we can tidy that up a bit. Here it is, it's arrived. This is the bracelet mandrel. And it says on the end, it's quite big. Well, the box is big. It says, the code is RUGX60. And it's a hexagonal wood bracelet mandrel, 15 inches. I suspect that's tall. And then it says size 36 millimeters by 72 millimeters. So I suspect that's the taper in it. So let's open it up and have a look. It's massive. Oh, look at that. Really nice. So 6-sided. Let's put that over there out of the way, and there it is. Can't even get it all on the screen. It's huge. Look at that. It's quite heavy. It's quite hard. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do with that. So I've got everything that I'm getting now. There's my earring findings. There's my little acorns. There's that little bone stick thing that I made. And there's a couple of, well, 3 head pins. Yeah, head pins. And that's the stencil I was using. Actually, I think you can see it a bit better there. Got to get the wire. I've been trying to straighten it out. So I'm going to get the wire and my mandrel and going to have a play. I'm not sure quite yet. This is 1.5 mil about, this wire is 1.4, 1.5. I'm not sure exactly. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I've already made the acorn leaf. So that's well on its way. So now I need a pair of earrings and at least 1 bangle. So not sure that is going to be, might be when it's hammered, strong enough for a bangle, or it might have to be double, or it might have to be twisted. Oh, twisted might be nice. It'll take a lot of wire though. I might think about that actually. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go off, have a little think about what I'm going to do next. But anyway, panic over, the mandrel has arrived. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I've twisted this wire together in the hope that I can hammer it round here and make it into a hexagon shape. How I've done it, I've used this tool. Now this tool I've had in my arsenal for many years. I bought it from Jewellerymaker, and hey ho, I've never used it, but I got it out today, and with a little help from my husband, because that I haven't got a lot of strength in my hands and you have to squeeze that quite tight to put it together. But once it is together, look at that nice even twist in that wire. It's not tighter one end or looser than in the middle. It's just really even, and look how straight it is too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to anneal this to help me to bend it round this this mandrel. As I say, I have no idea if it's going to work, but you can see whether it does, whether it doesn't. You can come along and join me. All right, I'll go off and anneal this and pickle it, and I'll come back to you for the next stage. Right, this is what I've ended up with. I got carried away once I'd got the twisted wire, and I didn't actually come back on. So I thought, now I've got to this point where I'm going to assemble, then I'll come back and show you what I've got. So now I've got a twisted bangle, a twisted earring that I'm going to dangle one of those from. Sorry, my phone. Sorry about that interruption. It was just a message saying the parcel's going to be delivered and telling us what time. But anyway, so that is going to have an acorn dangling from it, and in turn it will be attached to one of those earring findings. The second earring, because I'm wanting an acorn for the bracelet, I've sort of made it asymmetric earrings. So I'm hoping to dangle that inside there so that we have some movement, and then attach them both to the other earring. So a pair of asymmetric earrings. I think you've already seen this, I think. That's the acorn with the little oak leaf. What I'm going to do, I'm going to attach, I haven't made this out of the kit. I already had this, but it's a copper 2-in-2 quite chunky necklace, and I think that will suit that quite well. So I'm just for presentation, I'm going to hang it on that. Now this wasn't made out of the kit. This was made out of my own wire because I was playing, and I just wanted, I've got 2 hexagons basically, and I've soldered them together. But what I thought would be a nice idea was to put to show that you don't have to use this mandrel for jewellery. This could be a Christmas tree decoration. We could put a little red ribbon on, and we could hang something in the middle there to dangle away. And the fact is, this is bare copper, so you know it is affordable, and you could afford to give them as little gifts really. And also, not only Christmas tree decorations, you could make them for garden ornaments, you could make them smaller, you could make smaller ones for pendants, earrings, bigger ones for bangles, because that actually won't go onto my hand. But there's all sorts of ideas could come out of that one item, so I'm going to take that with me. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to assemble all this. So basically, I don't suppose you want to watch me just putting jump rings on. I've got a pile of jump rings of different sizes here. So what I'm going to do is just jump ring these all together and see where we go from there. And once that's all done, I'll come back and I'll let you see what I've done. Okay, so all the copper ones are all put together now. I can't take a photo at the moment because it's really dreary weather and raining outside. So as soon as we get some nice light, I'll take a photograph of those and maybe a little video. So I'm now going on to the silver kit, which is, let's see if I've got a, it's going to be YFXC75. That's going to be the code for the kit. And what I've got in this kit, I think that is 20 centimetres of 1.5 sterling silver wire. So if you can see those, there's two nice little earring findings. There's three. Oh, they're those nice head pins. Head pins that are flattened at the bottom. I actually like those. They're my favourite. I prefer those to the ones with little balls on. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. And then the three acorns. These are slightly different from the other. I think the top's the same colour. It's just the pearl bit. Well, there's lots of iridescence on that as well. So I would say that's got some sort of coating on it. And then it's still got the gold sparkly top on it. So I'm going to get the thinking cap on. I can't make as many pieces out of this one as the last one because there was a lot more wire in the copper one. So it's going to be limited as to what I can make. So it probably will be just a bangle and a pair of earrings, but they'll be sterling silver, and hopefully they'll look pretty. So I'll have a little, open everything up, have a little think, and then I'll come back and let you know what I'm going to do.